via ITV, the Rwanda bill, this is all last night, actually, so ITV and other websites have got this.
Yes.
And basically, the Lords didn't like the Rwanda bill, but the Commons, because the Commons got a Conservative majority, have basically returned it as is.
So MPs have overturned all 10 amendments made by the Rwanda bill by the House of Lords as they accuse the peers of trying to wreck Rishi Sunak's flagship policy. So the proposed legislation seeks to compel judges to regard the East African country as safe in a bid to clear the way for asylum seekers. Do you know what was really interesting to me?
Sorry, I'm not interrupting you. Just so we see exactly what you're saying here.
Yeah.
That they think the first flight's in spring.
For first flights in spring. What's interesting, the scheme could cost taxpayers nearly £2 million for each of the first 300 asylum seekers sent to Rwanda, according to the National Audit Office. For comparison, a near space flight on Virgin Galactic costs £356,000 per person. So it's cheaper to send somebody to space than it is to Rwanda.
That's like 7 times more expensive.
And when this country
I suppose
needs...
once they've sent 5,000 people, then it will be much cheaper per head.
Well,
that's the point.
This is, look, I think, obviously, rather than judging each case on a case-by-case basis, were they tortured by the Taliban in Afghanistan, a country we were at for 2 decades with huge military involvement. The biggest number of those arriving at the moment are from Afghanistan. Others are from Iraq, by the way. Again, we did have a bit of an involvement there. Rather than judge on a case-by-case basis, because we shut down safe and legal routes apart from Ukraine and Hong Kong, instead we're going to spend £2 million per person because of those arriving by boats. It's completely... This is ludicrous. And very few will ever end up with Rwanda, if any.
It may work. You know what? People, they may end up sending people just before the election, and as a result, they may get more votes.
Because immigration, the word asylum, immigration, migrant, they're all lumped into one lump term, and it's always brought out during election time.
Votes.
It makes people scared.
And it makes people scared.
Yeah.
And
we don't have any answers for the NHS or your cost of living, but let's get all scary about the bogeyman foreigner.
And you know what? I understand that we don't want a lot of illegal immigration in this country. I completely get it, but this is not the right approach.
You don't think so?
No, absolutely not.
Because it's supposed to act as a deterrent. That's what they're saying.
Well, I don't think it will act as a deterrent.
I think
the
Australian one did.
Israel did this scheme, and it was a complete and utter catastrophe. Look, anyone who's met refugees like I have, who've come, the tiny proportion who come to Britain, mostly because they've got links here and they speak English, partly because the British Empire ruled their countries, you speak to them, they're not going to be deterred by anything. It's completely ludicrous.
Okay.
It's not going to work.
You've got a story. We've been talking...